Hello, Alex here, back in the shed. Quick little update before I start today's video. Things look a little different. That's because I've been working on this thing at super early hours of the morning. But I was able to fabricate up the bracket that I wanted. And you can see I already pre-drilled the holes for all the mounting brackets and electronics. I fabricated up these battery holders that sit on top of it here and rivet and screw in to hold it in place. And then the corresponding electronics sit here. My goal right now is to do a bench test of the electronics. I did this in the basement a while ago with just the electronics on the table, but I want to start running wires, real wires to power the electronics, and then throw in my cosmetic static wires just for looks. So today that's what I'd like to finish up, and then tomorrow I'd like to finish the physical shell of the Proton pack. I ran to the hardware store and picked up some more bolts to mount all this to the motherboard, and some clamps and all sorts of goodies. So let's roll into this one. That's how we do it. Alright, so this is going to make or break it. It's either going to work or it's going to go up in smoke. Literally. So, I don't know if you can't see the cyclotron lights here. I'm actually really nervous because let me just test this for you. Okay, good. Before I fire this up, negative, positive. Ground, positive. Here we go. Okay. Here goes nothing. I got that upside down. The fire button. Do I not have the fire button hooked up? There it is. Okay, so the fire button's not working. Alright, so maybe it's loose pins. Got something to figure out. So apparently I need to have the hat light on for the fire button to work. The smoke works. Alright, now let's try. Let's shut this down. Oh, I have it mixed up. I have to do this one here. What the hell am I doing? What the hell am I doing? Where's this one go? What? So this one turns the bar graph on too? Oh, I had them backwards. Had them backwards. I'm good to go now. Alright, so I'm going to kill the power to everything. And I'm going to try and hook up our trigger tip right now. Alright, don't mind the spaghetti mess. I love spaghetti. Anyway, I gotta make sure this stuff does not get grounded out. I got the GB fans instructions here. I just flipped some of the dip switches. So let's see if it works. I got the power. So now this one is the power up. Okay. And now we should get the tip to fire white. It's calling me a liar. Hold up. Alright, we figured it out. I had to call the Burkit Proton Pack tech support line. And Matt was like, I never installed one of these electronics kits. I always built my own. But he was reading the instructions and I was reading the instructions. And I wasn't paying attention to this being the second fire. So when you set up this as the second fire button, it should activate the flash, right? In order to activate this as second fire button, you need to turn the hat light on. So now let's try turning everything on. Whoops, I just shut everything off. Yeah, I did. We're going to turn everything on and get that to flash. So main power is on. Going to turn the hat light on now, so it changes from this being the vent to the second fire button, like in the movie. Hat light's on, indicating that this is now a second fire button. And she's going to blow. I think that's so badass. Oh my god, this is so exciting. I could freaking do this all day. It looks like in the movie. Oh my god, I'm so happy. I just spent the last hour and 12 minutes looking for the nut for this thing. Of course, it's my last potentiometer. I'm trying to hook up the charge plate. I have teared this place apart. I can't find it. So I went to the hardware store and got this keeper spring for right now. That way I can at least run the wires and keep going before Amazon sends me the right one. I am seriously going nuts. Wondering where the hell I put this thing. Oh man. I'm going insane. It has been a wicked long day. I don't have much left to wire up for the actual pack. Excuse me. The charge plate is done. Well, actually, no, I gotta wire in the potentiometer. But after this, then I can start putting in some cosmetic wires, which I'm really not gonna need too much because there's enough wires in here already. But I'm gonna take a little break. I picked up some Chinese, and then we're gonna crack at it again. This has been an all-day thing. I'm gonna finish this tonight because everything is fresh in my head now, and I don't trust myself going to bed and then starting this all over tomorrow. So we're just a couple more hours, and I'm gonna be done with the wiring. So here we go. I literally have this little corner to work with. Terrible. The shed is a mess. It's a damn mess. This is the worst the shed has ever been. And it makes me very anxious. But what I'm trying to do is simulate what the wires look like inside the pack today. It's a real mess. Down. This is going to be my kill switch. Where's the other one? Dropping shit everywhere. It's a freaking mess in here. so that wraps it up for this video. I got the whole pack wired, motherboard mounted and secured. The smoke setup isn't installed right now, but that's only 3 bolts and a wire connection, so I'm very positive about that. There's a little toggle switch here that I'll use to activate the smoke. Well, that'll be the kill switch for the smoke. So I have a kill switch here for the main power. Then we'll have a kill switch here for the smoke. All these wires are functional. I may add a few more wires in here, but I'm not sure because I still have the smoke wires that are going to be hanging in around this section here. So I think there's just enough wires in here to call it good. As you can see, I've cut and spliced and wound these wires and zip tied and electrical taped them, kind of like what's inside the pack today. It looks really sloppy and messy, so I'm going to have to explain that to people when I open it up, that I was trying to mimic the real pack, because otherwise I would have had this all nice and neat. What was wicked cool today was I got that trigger tip to ignite. That was my ignorance. I really didn't know how these boards worked, so I was reading the instructions and I'm like, I got the dip switches set, I don't know why this isn't working. And then talking with Matt was like, oh, try this. It seems like you got to do the trigger tip up top. Sure enough, flip the hat light and the sucker works. So I am so ecstatic over that light bulb lighting. You have no idea how long I've wanted that. But tomorrow's forecast is rain. So what I'd like to do is assemble the shell with everything on it, so it's physically done, and I mean stickers and everything. The paint's had about 4 or 5 days now. Actually tomorrow makes the 4th day. So the paint's been on there for 4 days. I'm going to start putting all the stuff back on there, stickers and everything, have it all done. So all I have to do is drop it on, and then it will be installing all the electronics in the gun, which is wicked intimidating. I've done it in throwing chicken throwers, and it's risen. The walls are real thick. It's real tight in there, but you don't have to worry about grounding stuff out. With this, there's more room, but you have to make sure you don't ground anything out. I also have the pop mech in there with the big lever that unlocks the tube. I don't want that hitting anything, so I might have to I might end up bending up some for sale signs to shield all the wiring. So that pretty much wraps it up. If you're new to this channel, if you don't mind hitting that subscribe button, it really goes a long way in supporting the channel. Well, thank you all for watching. Keep an eye out for the next video. This is Halowax, out.